Section 3.4, study guide, fifth and final problem. So here we have log of square root of x plus 1 over x minus 1, which looks and is a very complex function to differentiate. In fact, it would require many steps and many different methods to differentiate this function in its proper form. However, if we're clever and we use some of the properties of logs, we can turn this very complex function into a much easier function to differentiate. So let me walk you through how that will work. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to apply the square root to each thing individually, so to the numerator and the denominator. So that's going to look like this. So instead of log of root x plus 1 over x minus 1, I'm going to end up with log of root x plus 1 over root x minus 1. Now I'm going to use the quotient property of logs to break this log up into a difference. So log of a over b equals log of a minus log of b. So this is going to turn into this. I'm also going to rewrite these square roots as exponents. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another property of logs. So log of something to some power has a very important and useful property. We can take the exponent and move it to the front as a coefficient. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll end up with 1/2 log x plus 1 minus 1/2. Again, we're moving the exponent to the front as a coefficient, log of x minus 1. For good measure, let's factor out this common factor of 1/2. Now we can differentiate. So y prime equals 1/2 times log of x plus 1 is just 1 over x plus 1, right? Usually we do log of 1 over u times u prime, but you see that the derivative of the inside x plus 1 would just be 1. So we don't need to really do anything else. Minus the derivative of log of x minus 1 is similarly 1 over x minus 1. Now, if you leave your answer like this, again, I will begrudgingly give you full credit, and I will write something snarky like, okay. But if you really want to show me that you are willing to take the extra mile, and not exactly for extra credit, but just, to show me some more skills that you may have, what you can do is combine these two terms. So since these are fractions, we just need to turn them into fractions with common denominators and then combine them. So the common denominator is just going to be the product of the two denominators, which turns out to be a difference of squares. X plus 1 times x minus 1 is x squared minus 1. And then in order to turn this first fraction so that it has this denominator, we would multiply 1 times x minus 1. And in order to turn this second fraction into a fraction with the common denominator x squared minus 1, we would multiply 1 times x plus 1. Now let's distribute the minus sign, so minus x minus 1. And then we're going to combine like terms. X minus x goes away. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2 over x squared minus 1. These 2's cancel out, and I am left with a final answer of negative 1 over x squared minus 1. That should do it.